first of all, give Mississippi State credit. Congratulations to those guys. They're a very good football team. We started out in the hole. We turned the ball over the very first 2 plays. We had it. We got in the hole. The crowd got into it. I think the big factor in the game was our red zone offense not being able to score touchdowns. I think we had 2 field goals in the first half. We had 1 miss. That was a big factor in the game. Third quarter, we get close. Something would happen, and just never felt like we could get that momentum. But the bottom line is, you got to give Mississippi State credit. They're a very good football team. We knew we were going to have to play well to beat them, and we didn't do that. They had something to do with that.
Question?
Yes, you ever remember a start like that, the first 2 plays?
No, that's a first.
Did that feel at all like the LSU games last year?
No, this is different. I mean, that's a completely different thing. I mean, they had a tip ball on the first play, and then of course we had the catch, and he got hit on the second step right there, and they made 2 really good plays. And they turned the ball over, and in our turnovers they turned into points, and their turnovers we didn't do a really good job turning those into points. I thought that was a big factor too.
The run game was clicking a little bit there in the third quarter. You throw it on first down, thinking back-to-back possession. What was the thinking there?
Well, I mean, they're a good defense, and we felt like we had to try to keep them all balanced. And, so we were going to go a little bit and open up the run, and vice versa.
Was the ball well for Nick? Nick in the third quarter had to throw it over
that
the
one. I mean, the double move that we had Sammy. I mean, we didn't get a drop ball in there. I mean, that was definitely a factor. It was raining pretty hard down.
Guess how frustrating was that? On the sideline, just calling plays. First time really this year that nothing seemed to work at times.
Well, there were some things that worked. I think the big thing was not scoring touchdowns in the red zone. I mean, I think that was really a big factor in the game. That was probably the most frustrating thing for me.
Gus, last year you were able to overcome an early loss.
Yeah.
And not lose again in the regular season. Does this team have the right stuff to make that kind of a run?
Well, I mean, I feel very good about this team. We didn't play good today, and we played one of the better teams in the country on their home turf. And they had all the momentum and everything that goes with that. But there's a lot of champions in that locker room. We'll learn from it. We'll be better for it. I still think this is a very good team, and we have areas to improve in, and we'll be committed to do that.
What did you see on the passing interference call on Sammy Coates on the sideline?
That was a big play in the game.
You seem to be pretty upset about it. What do you completely disagree with it?
It's a big play in the game.
Gus, it was obviously really loud out there. Do you think any of that noise, the cowbells, played a factor in some of the offensive issues?
I mean, this is life on the road in the SEC. It's loud. You got to do something to quiet the crowd. We didn't do a whole lot to do that. They were in the game most of the.
Yes, obviously this is very fresh and you just left the field, but perception on the outside changes very quickly when you start thinking ahead of the playoff. Can you start thinking in those terms as to
Yeah, I'm not thinking about anything about a playoff. I mean, I'm thinking about, we just got beat by one of the better teams in the country. We didn't play our best. We're still one of the better teams. I feel strong about that. We'll get better, and we got an off week. It's good. We got to heal up a little bit. We got to fix a few things and have a plan for the second part of the season. We're going to take one game at a time, so my mind didn't go anywhere about playoffs and all that stuff.
Let's talk about using Rock Thomas real early in the game today. What did you want to do?
Yeah, we just felt like it was about time. We felt confident that Rock was comfortable. He did a very solid job for us, and he'll have bigger roles moving forward.
How deflating were all the turnovers today?
Very. I mean, you're on the road and you turn the ball over. I mean, it's hard to win. And our defense did a good job getting some turnovers, but we didn't capitalize on points. And, it was a big factor.
Yeah, so since Nick in recent weeks been getting a lot of passes tipped or batted, is there something you can do to
well, as coaches, we're just going to try to help them best we can. I mean, they got some big guys, and there's a couple of tip balls right there, but we just got to keep trying to improve and put him in situations that he can be successful in.
Gus, it seemed like every time y'all did make a play, positive, a couple of touchdowns, penalties really killed you. Coach stepping out of bounds, things like that.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. When you're playing a good team and you're trying to scratch and come back, you just got to find a way to make those plays. And we were really close. And, but like I said, give that bunch credit. I mean, they make you earn it. It's a very good defense, and it's a very good offense too.
What do you think of the defense just overall?
You know, we did some good things. We got the turnovers I thought was good, but, you know, we just keep trying to improve.
Guys, you said Mississippi State's one of the better teams in the country. Could they be the best team in the country right now?
I mean, they're pretty good. I mean, they're the best team we played. I mean, you know, they beat us. Pretty good.
Guys, what did you make of the play of the receivers outside of Duke? Because it seemed like he was at some points like the only guy that Nick was really looking for.
No, he threw some other guys. We gave some other guys some chances. You know, we had the big long one for I thought was going to be almost a touchdown. We got called back. We had the double move wide open ball. It was kind of raining and all that, so we tried to look at other people to.
Gus, can you kind of talk about Dak a little bit? Just really, whenever they needed to make a play, he obviously did, and kind of carried the team a little bit.
Yeah, he did. You know, just like I said, I just wish we'd have capitalized on those turnovers better than we did.
A few more. How about using Braden Smith a bit more today?
Yeah, I mean, he's a really good player, and we're just trying to find ways to utilize him. And he played some tight end like Sean did, last year. He did a good job.
Coach, a little parity going on in the SEC, especially in the West this year. What are you telling your guys now about moving forward and their chances?
Yeah, hey, you know, we got to learn from this. And, you know, we had a setback, you know, similar to this last year. There's a lot of champions in that locker room. I mean, they're disappointed. They should be. They're great competitors. But they'll be committed to getting better. And that'll be our focus.
Thank you.